Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Bmart Garage, and today we are going to be looking at two different vehicles in quotations, kind of. The main one that we're going to be looking at here is this 1940 Dodge V-Series truck. I thought this was really cool, really neat, and I wanted to pick it up. So the point of these videos are going to be like checking out the paint, looking at like the realism of it. So right off the rip, compared to the last one, it looks like it's honestly metal on metal, but it might be no, that's definitely plastic. I take that back. This top part is metal. It says it here, but and you'll know what I mean by that. Some of them claim, even though this is like actual Matchbox, so by this company Mattel. The other one was Auto World, that on my channel, the first video. If you guys have seen that, if not, you should go check it out. Anyways, I liked how it was metal on metal, but there were a few flaws with it, but that's as expected for it being, still a cheap die-cast model car. So, now, just to give you an idea real quick, the reason that I'm more or less kind of talking about this, even though it is a Matchbox, you're thinking, well, it's a toy, it's not going to be completely realistic. Well, this is also made by Mattel, however you want to say their name. And the idea behind Hot Wheels and Matchbox goes towards like the realism of things, while Hot Wheels is like more of your, in quotations, fantasy. So this is your cruiser bruiser. It doesn't really have much more except for that, but I could tell you exactly what this is. This is an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. If we look at the bottom of this here, oh, I'm upside down. This is a Matchbox from when I was a little kid. It's a 1971, yeah, Vista Cruiser, Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. So I know exactly what this vehicle is, and like the idea behind this is to make it, in quotations, fantasy. That's why it's a Hot Wheels, because it has this big gasser engine in it. Okay, now that we're done talking about that for right this second, we're going to come back to that and we'll open it up and stuff. But for now, I really don't see that many flaws when it comes to like the paint. It seemed like I wanted to say something about the hood there. Oh, but as soon as it moved forward, it kind of went out of sight. So I think it might just be the plastic there. So let's go ahead and just take this out the package already then, and get to opening up this here V-Series truck. This 1940 V-Series. I personally am a truck person, old car guy, truck guy, so anytime I see old vehicles like this, I always want to grab them. So right off the rip is plastic underneath both this part here, but that's metal. I really like the window touch. That is fancy and nice. Inside of the cab, definitely not as realistic as Auto World there, but once again, this isn't necessarily claiming to be the most accurate to scale though, so, but it does seem like these wheels are gonna roll a whole lot better. Yeah, it already rolls a whole lot better than the than the other vehicle. I was looking at the first time. But I will say, ironically, even though, so let's take into consideration this is an all metal. There is a lot of plastic to this. Basically, the whole underneath of this is plastic from the fenders down. But the paint quality, though, it seemed like there were a lot of defects in the auto world where I'm not seeing. Sorry if I'm a little too close to the camera there. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of defects, really, if any at all. I mean, like, maybe the paint is faded in the bed here. That's a flaw. But I mean, like, other than that, though, I mean, like, there's no heavy scratches, no paint buildup, booger run spots. There's just a little bit of fade right there. Right, must have not got up in there as well. They had a harder time getting up in there to spray. But I mean, like, altogether, though, it's really not that bad. I would say the inside is where it lacks the most, in it being metal. But I feel like metal or Matchbox here has a really good concept going on. I feel like if they could, if they wanted to, I don't know if they actually do, they might make higher end cars than their Matchbox and Hot Wheel line. But for now, though, I do feel like this is still pretty comparable with the auto world. If you want to go for realism, now mind you, this is basing opinions off of when I was a little kid, and like one car that I've really looked at on each side. So Mattel here, Matchbox versus Auto World. So far, I kind of like Matchbox a little bit more in quotations, just because it still has that rolliness to it. You definitely lose, realism on the inside. You're gonna lose realism on it being plastic. Any more these days, though, I say that because this is a 1940. But if we were talking about, a 2021. Most vehicles, Syndra is going to be plastic anyways, so so in consideration, that might have to be something you take account for in the future when I go to review more of these cars. But for real quick, that scared me, my speaker cut off. But real quick, let's go ahead and open up this Vista Cruiser here. This Bruiser Cruiser. Just for funs and games. Okay, Cruiser Bruiser. Let's get this trash out of the way. Throw you down to the ground, and we'll come back to you. So, right off the rip, I can't tell if this is metal or plastic. I think it's metal. Yeah, I think it's metal. But here you could tell, in Hot Wheels, they really stopped to care as much when it comes to the looks on the inside. I mean, like, they still got it pretty decent, though. I mean, they have just the one seat with the steering wheel. There's no glass, though. So I guess this is a dirt truck, but even then, I don't know. God dang. I feel like most of the time you're gonna want a windshield. But it just kind of goes to show you that that difference between a Matchbox and a Hot Wheel. This is like more of your fantasy type, and this is your more focused on realism, even though it's still a cheaper die-cast model than Auto World. So, all in all, though, I do feel this is pretty neat. This Bruiser Cruiser, it seems like it rolls nice. Oh yeah, seems like it rolls pretty fairly. Sorry to do it off camera. You know what? I don't think this video is completely over yet. I say let's take this thing to the racetrack, and we'll really start to deep dive a little bit more in some of these reviews. So I'll have it listed as review / test, because the other one is just going to be a review, and then we'll also have a test video of it. That'll be my third video, is me testing my original die-cast car that I had opened up for this channel. Okay, let's go move to that, but I'm gonna cut the video here.